hunting you down. You hide in the alleys, but it finds you out. Covered in crimson, head to toe. You live for the chase, but you act like you don't. So don't be proud. Don't be proud. You got lost in that life. So grit your teeth and twist the knife. Or let it slide. Now ringing aloud. Bell ringing aloud. Bell ringing aloud. Bell ringing aloud.
Thank you for being here with me. You're incredible. Thank you for sharing your feelings. Treasured memories. Thank you for opening your heart. You're unforgettable. Thank you for letting me be me.
伸びちゃっていいか伸びちゃうと大変か
You're my everything.
Your eyes all night under the covers. Your place, my place, it doesn't matter. No one has to know. We'll keep it on the low. Round and round we go. Falling for you, feeling your skin. The night's getting colder. Falling, holding, it's getting better. No one has to know. Falling for let's get some rest. A big day ahead of us. Your stage work lacks depth. My child, don't make a sound. It's time to sleep now. I give it all to you. I give it all to you. I give it all to you. Give it all to you. Heart like a rock, head like the sky, with cloud bursts of chemicals improving your life. My girl is a fortress so proud, and she's not coming out. I give it all to you. I give it all to you. I give it all to you. Give it all to you. was making all pretty. How I always wanted to look like you. But I do, I look like you. Oh, I do, I look like you. For all the days and all the nights we didn't get to spend together, we will make it up from now and forever. For all the ways I try to find just to make it all look better, now I do, 'cause I look like you, I look like you, I look like you. I was used to being little. When I grew up, everyone was always bigger. But then I learned I'm not a quitter. Will you show me I am taller than I look? I guess I look like you. Oh, I do. I look like you. For all the days and all the nights we didn't get to spend together, we will make it up from now and forever. For all the ways I try to find just to make